Hey there, fellow cultists. This is DM Nell, and I'm back with another episode of Shadow of the Demon Lord Talk. This is episode number 72, and today we're going to create a character. Specifically, we're going to create a human magician slash wizard slash arcanist. Alright, so I've been wanting to do one of these videos for a while, but never got around to it, so we're doing it today. Alright, so we have a character sheet up on the screen here, and we have our core rulebook PDF, and from these two things we're going to create a character. So let's go ahead and jump right in and get started. So first thing we want to choose, well, first of all, let's go to the character creation section of the core rulebook, chapter 1. And first item is Ancestry. So you go to the Ancestry section of the core rulebook, and it lists the various options available. Now, there have been supplements that provide other ancestries, but we're going to stick with the core rulebook for today's lesson, and I'm going to keep it simple as well. So for this character, we're going to create a human, and so we will go ahead and scroll on down to the human section, and it gives you all the information you need to know about a human. Now, also, there is a supplement that was released that is, I forget what it's called, but basically it expands on the human ancestry. And you could use that supplement as an alternative if you choose to do so. But I'm just using the core rulebook because it is all in one place. Okay, so for creating a human, it gives you all the basic information that you need to know for a human. So starting attribute scores for a human are all 10. You start with a 10 strength, 10 agility, 10 wisdom, and 10 will, and then you can choose one attribute and increase it by 1. So we'll go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and give our starting character a strength 10, agility 10, will 10, and for intellect, we're going to go ahead, since I plan on this being an Arcanist at some point, and I want their intellect to be their primary ability score, we're going to go ahead and give them their base of 10 and add the +1 that it said we could apply, choose one attribute and increase by 1. So we're going to do that to intellect. So we'll give them an 11 in intellect. All right. Next line is your perception equals your intellect score. So we go back to intellect and we find the perception box here, and it is the same as the intellect. If the intellect score goes up, so does the perception score. All right. So what else do we have? We have defense equals your agility score. So we go to the defense box down here. Agility is 10, so our defense is 10. Then we go to health. Health equals your strength score. So we go to our health box. Strength is 10, so our health is 10. Then our healing rate equals 1/4 your health rounded down. All right, so 1/4 of 10 would be 2 rounded down. And then your size is either 1/2 or 1. I choose to be a size 1. Speed is 10, power 0. Okay, so size 1, speed 10, power 0. We'll be changing that here shortly. All right, and then damage is 0, insanity is 0, and corruption is 0. So we're basically a clean slate here. 0, 0, 0. All right. And then we have languages and professions. So you speak the common tongue. You can speak one additional language or add a random profession. So I think I'm going to add a random profession. But let's go ahead and take this, copy it, paste it in here. And I'm just going to delete the one additional language part. And add a random profession. All right. So that is it. Now we have tables here for determining our background, personality, religion, age, and build, if you want to do all that. I don't like to do all that stuff. I like to create that on my own. So I'm just going to skip over that. So basically, we now have a very basic character here. They don't have any equipment. They don't have any clothes. They're basically naked. But we do have a character built. This is a living, breathing person now. That is a human. And level 0. If I can find where this, there we go. All right. So obviously we don't want to adventure with a naked person. So we go on to their professions. So everybody starts off with 2 professions. It says so right there. You can either randomly determine your professions or you can pick them. So I get to pick 2, and I'm going to pick 2, and I'm going to choose my first one as an academic profession. So academic professions include any one of these, and I'm going to roll randomly for this. So let's see, I don't have a dice roller pulled up, so I'm going to just pull out my dice here, and I need a D20 for this. So let me find a D20. I'm just going to roll it right here, and I get a 9. So my 9 is a law. Great, I'm a lawyer. Everybody hates me already. All right, so profession number 1. Profession number 1 is law. Profession number 2 is a 7, and that's heraldry. All right, so I've got 2 professions from the academic field, and then I'm going to randomly roll for my free profession that I got from picking the human ancestry. So go back up here. I need a D6, and so with my D6 I roll a 5, and I get a religious profession. So whoops, then I go to the religious section up here, and I get to roll a D20 again. So let's find my religious profession is a 5. I'm a fanatic. I cloak myself in deprivation to bring myself closer to my gods. I might scourge myself, deprive myself of food or drink, or find other creative ways to make myself suffer. Awesome. So I am a fanatic. Not exactly sure how that's going to play out. All right, so I also like to put what type of profession this is. Academic, yeah, okay. I also like to put the type of profession it is, just for my own sake. And all right, so we have our professions. So now what? Starting equipment. So for starting equipment, we need to figure out if we are going to be, or how wealthy we're going to be starting off as. So for this, we roll 3d6. So I need 2 other d6s. Here we go. 3d6, and I get 8. So I am poor. You live in squalid conditions, and you're never sure where you're going to get your next meal. Fantastic. So here are the options for poor. You have a staff or a club or sling with 20 stones. Patched basic clothing, a sack, bread, a water skin, tinderbox, a candle, and a pouch containing 2d6 bits. So take all that crap, and it is crap, and stick it in the equipment section of the character sheet. And so for the staff, club, or sling, I'm going to pick staff. So you only get one of those. And then the rest you have all of. Then for the bits, you get to roll 2d6. So 2d6 bits. I have 8 bits. 8 bits to my name. Fantastic. So that is my starting money. And then I get to choose an interesting thing. So an interesting thing requires a couple of rolls. First interesting thing is which table I roll on. So I roll a d6, and I roll on table 2. Table 2, I roll a d20. Let's see what interesting thing I get. I got rolled a 13, so I get a box of 1d20 iron nails. So paste that over here. As my interesting thing, and I'll roll my 1d20, see how many iron nails I get. I have 17 nails. Don't know what the hell I'm going to use those for, but I have them. Okay, so that's my interesting thing. Then you have a role-playing section here, which we're just going to skip over. All right, so that's it. I have a character. Now, I do have a weapon here. So under the weapons section, I'm going to put staff. And I'm going to look in the weapons section of the equipment part of the rule book and see what a staff does. All right, so a staff does 1d6 plus 1 damage. 1d6 plus 1. Requires 2 hands. It's a finesse weapon. It normally costs 5 copper pieces, but we get this as a freebie. So the important things to note are that it requires 2 hands and it is a finesse weapon. All right, so that is my weapon. All right, so with what we have here, this is pretty much a character, so I can go ahead and jump right into my starting level adventure, starting tier adventure, and assuming that I live, I will probably get some stuff, and I will probably level up. So, at this point, what am I doing? At this point, I need to pick a novice path. So, novice paths are listed in the novice path section of the rulebook, of course. And we jump on down to the magician, because the magician is what I want to be. So, we go to the level 1 magician down here. And first of all, we increase our level to 1. And then with a magician, we get to increase 2 attributes by 1. So I'm going to increase my intellect by 1. So now I have a 12, and then my perception goes up as well. And then I want to increase my will by 1. Because most spells go off of either will or intellect, so I want those to be the higher attributes. I could also put 1 in agility to help my defense, but honestly, the difference between 10 and 11 isn't that much of a difference, and it'd probably be better off putting my 1 over here under will. Although, probably most of the spells I'm going to choose at first level will be intellect based. So if I decided to do that, then putting 1 over here in will would be kind of a waste. So I could very easily put it over here under agility, which in fact I'm going to go ahead and do. All right. So I've got my 2 attributes increased. Now we have our characteristics. Increase health by +2 and power by +1. Oh, and you know what? I think I forgot something. Under human. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, so never mind. Characteristics. Health +2, power +1. All right, so this is where we actually become a magician, is where we give ourselves a power score, because you cannot cast spells if you don't have a power score. So now I have a power of 1, And so I am officially a magic using character. So I also increased my health by 2. All right, so what else do we get? We get languages and professions. You read all the languages you know how to speak. In addition, you add 1 academic area of knowledge of your choice. All right, so I can read, speak. What the hell am I doing? Languages, dumbass. All right, so I speak Common, so I can also read the Common Tongue. And then I get, what did it say, 1 profession? One academic area of knowledge of your choice. All right, so for that, we'll go back to the professions. And I'm going to pick magic as my academic profession area of scholarship. So in between adventures, I learned up on some magic. All right. What do we go to next? We're back on our novice path. And we get some magic. So you discover 1 tradition. So let me describe this. This can be a little bit confusing. So you discover 1 tradition. So the traditions of magic are listed under the magic section of the rulebook. And the traditions are Arcana, Air, Battle, Alteration, Conjuration, Celestial, Curse, Chaos, Divination, Destruction, Enchantment, Earth, Forbidden, Fire, Illusion, Life, Necromancy, Nature, Protection, Primal, Rune, Song, Shadow, Storm, Technomancy, Theurgy, Teleportation, Transformation, Time, and Water. These are all listed in the Traditions of Magic section of the Magic chapter. So, since my intellect is my primary ability, I'm going to stick with the traditions that are listed under the intellect column. So Arcana, Battle, Conjuration, Curse, and so forth. So what this is saying is that I discover 1 tradition. So for my 1 tradition, I am going to choose Arcana. And we just scroll on down to find Arcana. And here's Arcana. All right, so I'm going to put down Arcana as my first tradition. So, going back to the novice path. Since I discovered Arcana, whenever you get a tradition, you automatically get the 1 0 level spell that comes with it. But magicians have a little special thing called the cantrip, which we'll get to here in a moment. So just kind of tuck that away for now. So we discovered Arcana. That's our 1 tradition we discovered. Then we make 3 choices. For each choice, you either discover another tradition or you learn a spell from a tradition you have discovered. Okay, so I get 3 choices here. 3. I can either choose another tradition or I can choose a spell for each of these choices. All right, so first of all, I'm going to choose another tradition. So I already know Arcana, and I think I want my second tradition to be see, I'm a fanatic. So what would be a good tradition for a fanatic to have? I don't know, but let's choose Shadow. So we're going to go with Shadow as our second tradition. So I'm going to put a couple spaces under there. I'm going to put Shadow as my second tradition. So that's my choice. I learned another tradition, and that tradition is one of my choices. So I have two more choices. I can choose to learn another tradition, or I can choose to learn a spell for either of the traditions that I have already learned. So I know Arcana and I know Shadow. So I can either choose to learn a spell, or I can choose to learn another tradition. I'm going to choose, for my last two choices, I'm going to choose spells for those last two choices. So I'm going to choose a spell, and I'm going to choose spell. So I have my initial learning a tradition. I have my first choice, second choice, and third choice. So those are all three choices that I get for my level 1 magician. Now, cantrip. This is where the magician shines. Whenever you discover a tradition, you learn an extra rank 0 spell from that tradition. So normally, when you learn a tradition, you automatically gain one rank 0 spell when you learn a tradition. So I have automatically gained one rank 0 Arcana spell and one rank 0 Shadow spell for learning those two traditions. However, because I'm a magician and I have cantrip, I learn an extra rank 0 spell from that tradition. So I actually get two rank 0 spells. And two for Arcana and two for Shadow. So I will have a total of 6 spells when I'm done selecting them. So for my magician, I will pick the spells here in a little bit, but I'm not done yet. I also get Sense Magic, so I get a freebie spell. You learn the Sense Magic spell described here. And this is a tradition that was not on that chart because this is a magician specific spell. No other class no other path gets a spell. So for the magician spell, or for the magician, you get the Sense Magic spell. So I'm going to go back to my character sheet and I'm going to put a third tradition, Sense Magic. Now, that's the only spell that exists for the magician, so you don't get an extra rank 0 spell like you do up here, because magician path doesn't really exist outside of the magician path, or the magician tradition doesn't exist outside of the magician character path, novice path. So this is kind of an exception to the rule, but I still get that. It's a rank 0 spell. So I like to put R0 just to remind me that this is a rank 0 spell. So this is, I'm going to do the same up here, R0, 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 R0. All right. So I think we're done. We have our first level magician. So now what we have to do to finish leveling this magician up is pick their spells. So let's go on down to the magic traditions again, and we have Arcana and we have Shadow. So for our Arcana spell, I'm going to come over here and I get 2 rank 0 spells, and I get to pick another spell. Now for my other spell, I could pick another rank 0 if there was one, but there's only 2 rank 0 spells, so I can't really choose another rank 0 spell as my spell. So I would have to pick a rank 1 spell, which is what I would want to do anyway. Rank 1 spells are more powerful than rank 0. But I automatically get the 2 rank 0 spells here, so Arcane Armor and Magic Dart. So I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to write Arcane Armor. And I'm going to write down Magic Dart. And then we already know this is going to have to be a rank 1 spell. So for my Arcana rank 1 spell, I'm going to choose another attack spell, I think. And I'm going to choose Unerring Darts. There we go. All right. I have all my Arcana spells. Now I'm going to go down to the well, I was hoping I wouldn't have to scroll, but I'm going to have to scroll. So here we go. There we are. Shadow, where are you? Okay, Shadow. All right, so I'm going to choose. I have both of the 0 rank spells. So I have Nightfall Blade and Wall of Darkness. I'm going to put those in my character sheet. Nightfall Blade and Wall of Darkness. And then I need a rank 1 spell from the Shadow tradition. So that spell is going to be Shadow Dart. Or I could choose a utility spell. So I could choose Darkness, or I could choose Dark Sight, so I don't have to worry about being in the dark. Dark Sight lasts an hour. That might come in handy. Darkness fills an area, so that could help from a defensive standpoint. So choices. Do I want another attack spell, or do I want another defensive option? Well, I think I'm going to go with Shadow. Nah, let's go with Dark Sight. I may regret that later, but that's okay. So Dark Sight will be my rank 1 spell. All right, so those are my spells as a magician, rank level 1 magician. So I'm doing great. I probably picked up some coinage from my my initial adventure, and I could probably pick up some decent clothing and maybe some additional things. So I would want to go shopping, but I'm not going to bother with that right now. We're going to assume that our character survives their novice tier adventure, and we will go into level 2. So as a level 2 magician, what do I get? Well, we go back to the magician section. We see level 2 magician gets +2 to their characteristic of health. So come back over here, add 2 to that, and we're at 14. So we should actually change this now to a 3. Should have done that last time. And then we see that magic, we get to make 2 more choices. For each choice, you either discover a new tradition or you learn a spell from a tradition you've already discovered. So 2 choices. So what I'm going to do, I want to expand my magical repertoire. So I'm going to, for my first choice, learn a new tradition. So this tradition is going to be time, just because I think time is cool. But since I'm a magician, I get 1 extra rank 0 spell. So my first choice was choosing time tradition. I automatically get 1 rank 0 spell, but because I'm a magician, I get a bonus rank 0 spell. So I get 2 rank 0 spells because of that. So that was my first choice. My second choice is going to be choosing a spell. So this is going to be a rank 1 spell for the time tradition. And so that'll be my 2 choices for reaching level 2. And then I also get spell recovery. So spell recovery allows me to recover a spell, hence the name. So I'm going to copy that onto my character sheet as one of my talents. All right, So now I have spell recovery. I have 3 more spells I need to pick. So for the magician, go down to the traditions of magic and find the time spell or time tradition. Here we go. I get both rank 0 spells, so delay and swiftness. And then I also get to pick a rank 1 spell. Now I could have, for that choice, I could have picked another rank 1 spell for Arcana. I could have picked a rank 1 spell for Shadow. But since I got a new tradition here, I might as well pick a rank 1 spell for it. So my rank 1 spell is going to be, and there's 3 to choose from, or is there 4? There's 3 to choose from. So I can choose Minor Paradox, or Rewrite Moment, or Slow. So I think we will go with Minor Paradox, because that just sounds cool. I have no idea what it does, but it sounds cool. So Minor Paradox is going to be our rank 1 spell for time. All right, so those are all the upgrades I get for hitting level 2 as a magician. So I go into my next adventure, and assuming I survive it, I get to level up to 3rd level. So as a 3rd level, I now get to pick my first expert path. I already decided I'm going to go with a wizard, but here are all the different expert paths you can choose from. So as a wizard, I am getting some additional wizard stuff. So I get to increase 2 attributes by 1. So here is where I will probably want to choose Will to expand my magical repertoire even more. So I'm going to increase Will by 1. And then I get to increase another 1 by 1, which means we're going to increase our intellect to 13. That also increases our perception by 13. All right, one thing I forgot to do is these other boxes down here is the ability score modifier that goes with each ability. And so I forgot to fill this in when I was first creating the characters. The ability score modifier is 10 plus 1 for every number above 10. So 10 is 0, 11 is 1, 12 is 2, and so on. And it's negative the other direction. So if you have a score of 9, then it'd be -1. A score of 8 would be -2, and so on. So that's how you determine your ability score modifier. So since I have an intellect of 13, my ability score modifier is 3. My will is 11, so I have +1 for that modifier. So sorry about that. Should have done that earlier, but I just caught it, so I updated it now. All right, so that's what I get. 2 attributes increased by 1. Characteristics are increased health by +2, power by +1. So I get to increase my health by 2 more. So now I have 16 health. And this increases to 4 as my healing rate. And my power goes up to 2. All right, so now I can cast rank 2 spells. So hopefully I get some additional spells to play with. So let's see. Languages and professions. You can speak another language or add another area of scholarship. So for this one, I think I'm going to pick another language. So for this one, I'm going to pick, let's choose Elvish. Actually, let's choose Dark Speech. Think you know where I'm going with this? All right, so now I learned Dark Speech. So that is my language and profession upgrade. And then for magic, I discover either a new tradition or learn a spell for a tradition that I already have discovered. So either or. I only get one choice here. It's either a new tradition or a new spell. So I'm going to choose a new tradition, Forbidden. And automatically get a rank 0 spell for choosing a new tradition. And since I have cantrip, I get a bonus rank 0 spell. So for Forbidden, I will get both of the rank 0 spells that they have in the core rulebook. We'll get to that here in a moment, but finishing out what other upgrades we get, Wizard also gets a Grimoire. So the Grimoire is basically a spell book that they purchase and can add additional spells. So we'll copy that and put it into our character sheet. And then we also get Grimoire Casting, which pretty much allows us to cast the spells that we get from the Grimoire. Okay. Paste. Alrighty. So, what does the Grimoire get us? The Grimoire gets us, you acquire a tomb filled with magical lore, or tome filled with magical lore. The tome grants one boon on intellect challenge rolls you make to recall information about magic. In addition, the tome also contains spells you have discovered during your travels. Your Grimoire holds 3 spells of a rank you can cast. The spells can belong to any tradition, even a tradition you have not yet discovered. That's key. But the spell must be at least rank 1. For the purposes of gaining corruption from learning certain spells, choosing a spell to learn to include in your Grimoire counts as learning it. Finally, if you learn a spell already in your Grimoire, you can add another spell to your Grimoire of a rank minimum 1 that you can learn and cast. You can create additional Grimoires as well. All right, so we get to pick 3 spells of traditions that you know or traditions you don't know, and they have to be at least rank 1. So, how do we depict this on our character sheet? So I'm going to put down here Grimoire spells. I get 3. They have to be rank 1. And it could be of any tradition. So I'm going to, so now we have to choose spells. I think we finished upgrading to level 3 wizard. So we have to pick spells and we have to go back to the spell section to do so. So all my spell choices for Forbidden are rank 0. So let me go on down, go to the Forbidden section. All right, Forbidden. All right, so first of all, reading under Forbidden. Forbidden magic. All right, so darkest of the dark arts. Forbidden spells produce horrid and unspeakable effects. Blah, blah, blah. Devil's worship. Blah, blah, blah. Seekers on... After you complete a rest, you must sacrifice a creature to the dark powers to regain expended castings of your forbidden spell. So that's the cost. If you want to replenish your forbidden spells, you're going to have to sacrifice a creature to the dark powers. Now, it doesn't say what type of creature, so you could probably sacrifice minor animals, but in my game, it does have to be at least a minor. You can't just squish a bug and count that as a sacrifice. So it has to be a creature like a squirrel or a mouse or something of an appropriate level of life. And I may also include, as you try to recover expended spells of higher ranks, then the sacrifices have to be more substantial. So you go from, rank 0 could be a mouse, a rank 1 might be a cat, rank 2 might be a large dog, a rank 3 might be a horse. I don't know. And that might be excessive, but still, you get the gist. So that is the cost for the forbidden spell. So the 2 rank 0 spells you get is Black Tongue and Harm. So come over here, Black Tongue and Harm. All right, now for my Grimoire spells, I get to actually choose spells, and they don't have to be from the traditions that I already know. So I can go back to the traditions and just kind of see if there's anything I'm interested in dabbling in. And I think I am. I think I would like to dabble in teleportation, and I would like to dabble in fire. So I go back to my sheet and let's put in teleportation, fire, and another Arcana spell. All right, so these are all rank 1. So first of all, I go to Arcana, if we're going to be in alphabetical order here. And I get to pick a rank 1 spell. So I'm going to pick Empowered Magic. I'm going to put that as my Arcana rank 1 spell in my Grimoire. So Empowered Magic. Then I'm going to go to the Fire tradition. And it has to be a rank 1 spell, so I'm going to choose Fire Blast, or Meteor is also good. I think I'm going to choose Meteor. Nah, let's go with Fire Blast. Fire Blast. And then Teleportation Tradition. Just sounds cool, so I'm going to scoot on down to the T's. Teleportation has to be rank 1. So I'm going to pick the first one, Division. It's a cool spell. Okay, so that's what I get in my Grimoire. So to cast these spells in my Grimoire, I actually have to have the book handy. And if you're holding the Grimoire, you can cast a spell it contains by expending the casting of a spell you have learned of the same or higher rank. So I just expend one of the castings of my other spells in order to cast any spell in my Grimoire. So I sacrifice one of my castings from any of these in order to cast one of these. No big whoop. So I didn't talk about castings, so maybe it would be a good time to look at how many castings or how many times I can actually cast all these spells. So casting depends on your power score. So my power score is now 2. When I had a power score of 1, I could cast any and all of my rank 0 spells twice. So each of my rank 0 spells I could cast twice at my power 1. But now I have a power rank of 2. So now I can cast each of my rank 0 spells 3 times. I can cast each of my rank 1 spells 1 time. And if I had any rank 2 spells, I could cast those once as well. But I don't. In fact, what I could have done, since I now have, I can cast rank 2 spells, is I could have chosen a rank 2 magic spell to put in here. In fact, I think I might do that actually. So let's go back up to the magic, Arcana, and see what kind of rank 2 spells I could have selected. I have Explosive Darts. Arcane Lightning is 3, I think. Yeah, so I have Empowered Magic. Actually, Empowered Magic is a rank 2 spell. Okay. So I could have chosen that or Explosive Darts. So I already picked Empowered Magic. So that's a rank 2 spell. I can cast rank 2 spells because my power is 2. So I'm good. So I just need to change that to rank 2. All right. I have my rank 3 or level 3 wizard leveled up and ready to rock and roll in my next adventure. So next adventure comes and goes, and I am now level 4. What does level 4 give me? Well, I don't think it gives me anything else in my wizard path, because my next level up for wizard is level 6. And so then I go to magician path. Do I get anything for level 4? No. So it must be that I get something for level 4 as my ancestry. And sure enough, you go to human ancestry and you see that at level 4 you gain level 4 expert human. So you get +5 to your characteristics of health. So this will be 21. Change this to 5 now. And then I can either learn one spell or gain the determined attribute. So a determined attribute is when you roll a 1 on a die from a boon, you can re-roll the die and choose the new number. I think I'd rather choose another spell. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to pick another spell. And this is going to be let's pick a rank 1 forbidden spell. So we go back down to magic. So it says I can learn a spell. It doesn't specify what level spell. So I can pick a spell of any level that I can cast. So right now I have a power of 2. I can cast up to 2nd rank spells. So I'm going to, where the hell is, here we go. I'm going to choose a forbidden spell, either rank 1 or rank 2. Let me see what's interesting. So rank 1 is Hateful Defecation. You gotta love that. But rank 2, you get Ravenous Maggots, War Vision's End. Those aren't as fun. So I'm going to go with Hateful Defecation just because, you can't play this game without having Hateful Defecation. All right, so that is the spell that I get for becoming a 4th level human. So I believe that my level 4 level up is concluded after I pick my my 1 spell. So now I go into my level 4 adventure, or level 4 adventure. Assuming I live that, I level up to level 5. So level 5, I believe, is my next novice path upgrade. So let me go to Magician, and I see that I do have a level 5 expert magician upgrade for reaching level 5. So I get to increase my health by +2. So my health is now 23. And I get to discover a tradition or learn a spell. So I think I got a good number of traditions here. So I think I'm just going to learn a spell. And I'd like to learn a rank 2 Arcanist spell. So that's going to be my magic choice. All right, and then I get a new talent. And my new talent is Counterspell. So I'm going to copy that. And come back to my talents. And paste it in there. All right. So that's all I get for leveling up to level 5 Expert Magician. So at this point, I go into my level 5 adventure. Assuming I survive it, I level up to level 6. So actually, I've been forgetting to upgrade my levels. So now level 6. So what do I get at level 6? Well, I don't get anything for Magician, so it must be time to upgrade my Expert path. So for level 6, what do I get? Level 6 Wizard gets +2 to their health. So let's come over here, and we get +2 to our health. Whoops. +2 to our health. That changes this to a 6. And we gain +1 to our power. So now I can cast rank 3 spells. I'm getting dangerous now. All right, so that is... Whoops, I was looking at level 3. But never mind, I do not get another rank. My bad. I'm still stuck at rank 2 spells. All right, so level 6. Hope I didn't miss that. Let me just come back here. Magician. Oh, I did get +1 to the power. So I'm at rank 3. Duh. Alright, I hope I didn't skip that. So this is where leveling it can be confusing if you're doing it rapidly like I am. So I don't advise you do it this way unless, of course, you're creating a character for a higher level game. But anyway. Alright, so for magic, I get to discover a new tradition or learn a spell. So again, I think I have plenty of traditions. I just want to learn a higher level spell. Oh, and I forgot to pick my spell for last time, but let's just go ahead. I'm going to pick a rank 3 spell. So last level, I should have picked a rank 2 spell, and now I get to pick a rank 3 spell. So let's go back to the spells. And I think I'm going to really max out my Arcana magic. Just kind of dabbling in everything else. So getting back up to Arcana, because I scrolled way the fuck too far. I get a rank 2 and a rank 3. So I'm going to choose Arcane Lightning. It's my rank 2. I think it's rank 2. It's kind of hard to see. Nope, that's rank 3. Okay, that's going to be my rank 3. And then for rank 2, I'm going to pick Explosive Darts. So, Explosive Darts. And Arcane Lightning. All right. So those are the spells that I got for being 5th and 6th level. What else do I get at 5th or 6th level? Let's see, 6th level was my wizard path. I think that was it. 6th level. Oh, I also get spell expertise. So I get to increase the number of castings for all rank 0 and rank 1 spells. So let's go ahead and copy that and put that on our character sheet over here. All right, spell expertise is our new talent. Excellent. So I survive leveling up to 6th level. I go through my 6th level adventure, and I survive leveling up to 7th level. So 7th level is the start of the master tier. So now I get to pick a master path. So master path, I'm going to choose Arcanist. And for the Arcanist, right down here, I get to increase 3 attributes by 1. So I'm going to increase intellect by 1. I'm going to increase will by 1. And then I'm going to increase agility by 1. All right. What else do I get? I get health plus 2 and power plus 1. So power plus 1, I can now cast rank 4 spells. And health plus 2, I'm up to 27. All right. What else do I get? I get to speak another language or add a profession. So, so you're 7th level at this point. Might as well learn another language. So I'm going to pick the let's see here. The Land and Shadow section has all the languages listed. Or not. No, it's not in that section. It's under the Ancestries. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to choose High Archaic, because that just sounds cool. Doubt it'll ever come into play. High Archaic. All right. That's what I'm going to get for my additional language. So what else do I get for being an awesome 7th level Arcanist? You discover the Arcana tradition or learn 1 Arcana spell. Alrighty, so since we can now cast rank 4, I'm going to learn a rank 4 Arcanist spell. So I'm going to come down here, type in R4, and we'll pick that here in a minute. And then Arcana Mastery is a new talent that we get, so we'll go ahead and put this on our character sheet. Arcana Mastery. All right, we are rocking and rolling with this character. We are 7th level, or 6th level, 7th level, Master Tier Arcanists. We probably have upgraded our equipment by now and our weaponry. I'm not worrying about that so much. That's more stuff that you acquire during your adventuring and not part of the automatic upgrades that you get for leveling up. So we're 7th level now. We go through our 7th level adventure and we advance to 8th level. So at 8th level, what do I get? Well, I believe we go back to the human and get something from there. I could be wrong though, so let's take a look. I am wrong. You don't get anything for human. Do you get something for novice? 8th level is what we're looking for? Yes, you get a level 8 Master Magician upgrade. So my health increases by 2. So I'm going to do 29 health, and healing rate goes up to 7. What else do I get? I discover a tradition or learn a spell. So I get to learn another spell. And we will say that this spell would be a rank. Let's do a rank 4 time spell. And I should have chosen a spell before. I forgot to do that. For Arcana. But, yeah. All right, what else do I get? Improved spell recovery. Oh, sorry. I get to pick a, spell. I already put that on the sheet. All right, improved spell recovery. So I will copy that and put it into the character sheet as a new talent. All right, so I have a couple more spells I need to pick that I forgot to pick again. So, wrong PDF. No, right PDF. All right. Where's my magic chapter? Here we go. All right, so I have 2 rank 4 spells to pick. So one of them is going to be Arcana. And for Arcana, I can choose Harness Magic, or, well, there's only one rank 4 spell in here. So Harness Magic is my rank 4 Arcana spell. And then for my rank 4 time spell, we're going to pick Twain Self. All right. So we are level 8. We've chosen our spells. We have leveled up our character. I think that's all you get for level 8. So we go through our level 8 adventure, survive it, and we get to level 9. What do you get for level 9? I believe this is an expert path increase. I could be wrong. Let's see. Level 9. Yep. Level 9 Master Wizard. So I get +2 to my health and +1 to power. So +2 to health. And +1 to power. I've maxed out my power now. I'm at rank 5 for my power. So I can cast rank 5 spells now. What else do I get? I either discover a new tradition or learn a spell from a tradition you have already discovered. So, rank 5, I'm going to Arcana 5. Pick a spell from Arcana, rank 5. And then Spell Mastery. I get to add this to my talents. All right. So, more than likely by level 9, you have acquired quite a bit of money. I could have probably purchased another Grimoire and gotten 3 more spells. That's how crazy the wizard or this path gets you. Once you pick wizard and you have that Grimoire, I think a Grimoire costs 50 gold. As long as you have the money, you can purchase more Grimoires and they have more spells. You could just grow your spell list substantially after you hit that expert tier. All right. So, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. So I've got my guy leveled up to 9th level. I got all their abilities. So I go into my 9th level adventure, assuming I survive it, then I get to level up to 10th level. So I'm now a 10th level master tier character. So let's go to the master tier and see what I get for Arcanist 9th level or 10th level. So Arcanist 10th level, I get +2 to health. So I now have 33 health. I learn 1 spell, so I get to learn 1 more spell, and I forgot to pick my spell for 9th level, but and I will pick a rank 5 time spell. And then I get Arcane Mastery. No, sorry, I get, I get 2 things. I get to reclaim Arcana, 2 talents, so I get to reclaim Arcana. Put that down here. And then I get to Swift Arcana. All right. So that concludes my character's advancement. They have gone from a level 0 nobody to a level 10 Arcanist and acquired quite a bit of magic. Probably a lot of different equipment, maybe a relic or 2, maybe several enchanted items, and they can become fairly powerful. But you can also see they're still fairly squishy. I only have 33 health. 33 health isn't a whole lot. You can take 1 hit from a difficulty 100 monster and probably almost take 33 damage from 1 hit. So you're definitely still squishy. As you can see, my agility and therefore my defense should have gone up as my agility did, only went up to 12. So unless this was increased artificially through magic or through items, or if I purchase some armor, I'm still very easy to hit. My strength is nothing. I have fairly good intellect and will scores, but that only helps with my spellcasting for the most part. So yeah, I'm pretty powerful, but still pretty squishy, which is pretty cool. That's how I like these things going. So I forgot to fill out my character sheet up here. So this was Magician, this was Wizard, and this was Arcanist. And then, of course, a name, Wizman, no. Artur Wise Man. Why not? And then description, you know, you can come up with whatever description you want. What's this box down here for? Whatever the hell you want it to be for. You can put some of your talents over here if you want. You know, this is a pretty good character sheet. I got this off of the Schwab Entertainment website. It's a form fillable character sheet. So if you're playing a pen and paper game and you're not using a virtual tabletops character sheet, then this is a good form fillable character sheet for you to utilize if you're not using an actual paper copy. Then once you're done with this, you can print it out. Now, I'm not sure how these sections that scroll work with the printed version. So a printout copy may not be great if you are putting your talents and your spells in to these sidebars like this. But you know, you could always create a separate sheet to put all your talents and your spells in if you want to do it that way. All right. So anyway, that is this episode 72 for Shadow the Demon Lord Talk, where we created a human magician wizard arcanist. Hopefully that was helpful, especially talking through how you make your choices for the magic. Sorry I didn't go through and pick all the spells when I was supposed to, and I think I messed up with updating several of the things on the character sheet. But you know, that's what you do. You know, that's what happens when you're my age and you're trying to multitask and do a video and fill in all the small little boxes with eyesight that's failing on you. So woe is me. Aging sucks and all that shit. So there we go. We have our video, and with that, I'm going to let you go. So hail to the Demon Lord.